Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Megan McNeal. I'm a clinical and forensic psychologist. This is a bit of a follow-up about Jason's case. Many of you have strong feelings about what happened to him, and I do also. Some of you have left comments. Other people I know personally have reached out and mentioned the charges should have been dropped. Why didn't Jason go to trial and fight these charges? People have many different reasons for not going to trial. In self-defense, the defendant doesn't always have to testify, especially if they're witnesses or if there's video recording of the incident. But in a situation where there is no recording and there are no witnesses who saw what happened, very often a defendant would need to testify. Jason would have had to testify and tell a room full of people, all these attorneys, all the jurors, what Carl did to him for years. Jason's mom and sister would not have been able to testify about the abuse because they didn't directly witness it. They would not have been able to testify about being raped by Carl because the court won't allow that kind of character assassination to occur against a perceived victim. So the only person who can bring that information out would be Jason. And if Jason testifies, the prosecutor can then ask Jason about the charges he had received for getting drunk and getting into fights. And he's able to paint Jason as a violent, aggressive drunk. If Jason had a different defense team, one who felt more confident about going to trial, perhaps the outcome would have been different. At the end of the day, the decision to go to trial or not is very personal. It can depend on a person's own tolerance for risk, the strength of their case, the confidence of the defense attorney. Recently, I evaluated a 20-something young man who was waiting at a bus stop. He was minding his own business, just standing there, looking at his phone, when he was attacked out of nowhere by a man who was high on drugs. This guy had been a neighborhood menace. He had been terrifying and attacking residents in that area for months and months. He had numerous assault charges. In fact, at the time he was killed, he was out on bail, waiting trial for an assault case. Out of nowhere, he attacked my client who had been just staring at his phone. He beat my client to the ground. My client gets up, pulls out his gun, shoots twice, and then runs away. He later turned himself into the police when he realized the man who attacked him was dead. I think he didn't believe he actually hit the guy. He shot 2 times and ran. The incident is on video, and most people would watch that video and say, that's self-defense. He was attacked out of nowhere, beaten to the ground, gets up, pulls out his gun, fires, and runs away. This client was legally carrying a gun. He was minding his own business. He was beaten to the ground. He got up, he fired his gun, and he ran away. But he's a mixed-race man, and he was too afraid of what a jury of his peers would do during trial. Usually a jury is full of middle-aged white people. And he was too scared, even though the defense attorney and I thought there was a really good chance that he would win at trial based on that video evidence. The decision is ultimately his. He's the one facing life in prison if he's found guilty. So, he agreed to take a manslaughter conviction, and he'll be out in about 10 years. The unfortunate reality in this work is that unfairness exists in our system. I mean, even look at Cheryl's case. She chose to go to trial with a good outcome for her. But she spent 2 years in jail waiting for her trial. She lost her job, she lost her home, she lost her car. And more importantly, she lost her entire social support system. While she was in jail, trying to process her grief and trauma over what had happened, she had nobody to talk to. She was in a jail full of women she couldn't trust. Phone calls are recorded, and it's possible a prosecutor could use some of her statements during a phone call with family against her. So she sat in jail with no friends or family to talk to about what was really going on for her. And that would be a pretty isolating situation. But Jason's story is heartbreaking. And unfortunately, his is not the only one. There's more coming. If you are interested in hearing more of these stories, please like or subscribe, and I will keep them coming. Thanks for watching.